Variable Universal Life, or VUL, is another type of permanent life insurance policy that you might want to consider for use with your client. Now here, before we talk about the policy, I will mention that the advisor in this case needs to have a securities license, either Series 6 or Series 7, because there are components of securities that require the additional licensing. Also, I would mention that as with universal life, when considering using any type of life insurance policy in a premium financing case, it's imperative, of course, that your client need life insurance. So having said those two things, let's talk about VUL. As I mentioned, this is another type of permanent life insurance policy, very similar to universal life. Client pays a designated premium, and each month the cash value is debited for the costs of administration as well as the costs of the insurance. The excess premium paid is then directed to sub-accounts as directed by the client that have a equities based. That is, the client can select a number of different sub-accounts similar to mutual funds that in turn invest in bonds or equities. So the greater the risk, the greater the potential for reward. So for those clients with a higher risk tolerance level, perhaps also with younger age, to make up for any type of negative market performance from the cash value. But the potential for higher returns exists. So the cash value then accumulates and grows tax deferred based on the earnings of the underlying securities. As we know, investment in any kind of equities, securities can result in losses. So monitoring the cash value and future projections of variable universal life insurance policies remain imperative. The idea is that if in fact cash values do not accumulate at a sufficient rate or amount, then there is the possibility that there won't be sufficient cash value in the future to maintain the policy at the given premium rate. Therefore, your client could be facing the decision of letting the policy lapse or paying an additional or increased premium in order to maintain that policy. So the risk of another unbundled type of policy falls to the client, and the client must be aware of the additional risks. Having said that, because of the potential for growth, then this could be a very attractive option for certain clients. Again, keep in mind that in a premium finance case, the life insurance and or the cash value will be used as collateral. So again, that's a very important element to consider when deciding upon the benefits of a variable universal life insurance policy. Some companies, in order to address the risk of lapse, do offer no lapse guarantee. So that is something that you might want to conduct due diligence on with respect to your selection or consideration of a variable universal life product.